Hello everybody, welcome to another Q&A here. We are in Midway, British Columbia, on top of the Midway Trails, right at the US-Canada border. I'm in the United States, I'm in Canada. Obi, come here a bit. Obi's gotta come over. I'm in the US, I'm in Canada. It's pretty cool actually, that the trail is here on the border with no fence, no wall. Isn't that amazing? Pretty cool to have two countries that get along so well that they don't even bother with a fence, a border, or anything. Just walk back and forth. It's pretty cool. I like it. So today's Q&A is, how do I stop seeing so many numbers? We have so many people email us. Oh, I see too many numbers. There's like 10, 20 numbers. You'd be betting on half the wheel. That's gambling. That's not focus. So we have two answers for that. The first answer is, you're not focused. You are binary. You are mind wandering. You are not analogical or present. When you're not that, your mind will create numbers. They'll just show up all over the page. You'll see everything. They might become and they might not. And that is what it is. You are not focused. That's why you're seeing so many numbers. To get focused, you go back to the basics. Go back to doing your candles. Do your mirror before, yes, Luke, do your mirror before you do your roulette. Be present, self-correct. If you find your mind wandering and too many numbers are showing up, do the hand up in the air like they do the school in the neighborhood walk. I like to tap my leg. That's just me. I'm present again. So there's your answer. You're just not focused. Simple. Get focused. Back to basics. Sandy will say, yes, your mom will say, do harder lighting. Make it a harder surface. Don't make it so easy to see too many numbers. So that's an answer for that one. Part two is, you are the master. You are analogical and you're seeing several numbers. The master roulette has done this. Many of our friends do this. They are so good. They actually do see the next 2 or 3 numbers. They are analogical and still there's multiple numbers showing up. For that, you can bet on multiple numbers, but if you want to know the next one, you could pick one and hold it. 16, I'm seeing 16. I'm also seeing 34 and something else. I'm going to take 16. I'm going to hold 16 till it becomes a hologram. Till it becomes so solid, it's there written on the page. You'll find that in the school, and many people don't understand this, is creating the number future, seeing the future. They're inextricably combined. Seeing it and creating it is actually the same thing. It's all part of the same discipline. We did a great example of 16 was our friend Kenny, Master Kenny, our mentor. He made a video where he's singing and he's dancing to Nickelback, and he has 16 drawn on him, and he spins it in 16 shows. And we tried to copy that video. We tried to imitate it, and we made sure 16 was the number. So we didn't focus, didn't do nothing. We just said 16 is it. So I drew 16. We set it up. We put on Nickelback. I started dancing, but we had focused before that 16 was going to be the number. Sandy and me together. She's filming me. I come up to the wheel. 16 hits. First spin. And I got real excited. Actually, we'll link to the video. And I go, first spin, baby. Yeah. And it was like 16. We knew it was coming. So that's the other answer. Create the future. Hold the image. Don't just spin right away. Hold it. Hold it for 10 minutes if you can. That'd be pretty cool, actually. And then you know it's coming. So, back to this here. We are in Midway, British Columbia, at the US border. This marker here, if Sandy wants to come up and film it, is the line was established in 1857 to 1861 in the Treaty of 1846. It says it was surveyed in 1903 to 1907. And if you look up here, you can actually see the Canada-US border up through the mountains. It looks like a power line trail, you know, where they cut down trees that power lines go through. That's facing west, so you'd be looking at Vancouver. And Seattle as well. Seattle would be just over a bit, just to the south. And then back around here, now you're in Canada. She's in Canada. There's Obi-Wan and Luke. This is their first trip to the United States. They actually are in the United States for their first time. And they did it without a vaccine. Isn't that cool? Dogs aren't allowed over the border without a vaccine, but we don't vaccinate the boys, so they're stuck in Canada. Except for right now. And then here we are. So anyways, it's a wonderful trail. It was like almost a 2-hour hike to get up here. This is a long, high hike up, probably a good 1,000-foot elevation. And before we go, last thing is we're moving. So it's going through some trunks and finding old stuff, and we found this shirt, Ripped Emotions. Before we were ripped, we were actually Ripped Emotions. And on here you can see a caricature of Sandy. That's me. That's Brett. Over here is Chris. And this shirt is like from 1994. This shirt's like 22 years old. We found it in one of our like totes, like with just old shirts and clothing and stuff. So we thought we'd bring it out and wear it today for our hike up the hill and our Q&A. So say bye to the boys, Obi-Wan and Luke. They got to go back to Canada. Yes, you do. They're enjoying their visit to the U.S. and now back across the border. Anyways, have a good one, boys. Have a good one, everybody.